Hi guys, so I just got the latest All Star and today I'm going to show you how I'm going to rail tape it. Now for those of you that don't know, rail tape comes in different sizes. It's not just for race boards, people put it on surfboards and touring boards that are obviously made from hard construction. And the reason I want to do it for me personally is it protects the rails. So it stops from paddle strikes, getting it chipped and damaged. Now, obviously, there are some people that don't mind that. And sure, my very first hardboard, which was an All Star, I went without rail tape for quite a while and then I regretted it because I did do damage. And then with my next race board, I bought it with rail tape on it, but the rail tape was put in a place where I personally didn't want it, but I couldn't be bothered to remove it. And actually, I kind of regret not doing that. So I'm going to show you my method. There are different methods out there. Today I'm going to be showing you the method that uses water. So what I do is get a spray bottle, you fill it with warm water, and I use 1 drop of washing up liquid. For you guys in America, that's liquid soap. Just 1 drop, you don't want to overdo it. Now the reason I like the wet method the best is you spray the rail and you spray the tape, and it gives you a chance to maneuver the tape to where you actually want it. So I'm not experienced at applying rail tape, so I learned the hard way that when I did it on a board for the first time, I didn't get it exactly straight, and then trying to remove it and maneuvering it again, it's an absolute nightmare. So this method is better in my opinion. What it does mean, however, is it does need time to dry. So you can't just whack it on this way and then off you go. You need to give it, I would say, 24 hours to dry. And you also want to think about the environment that you're applying it. So today is a really nice warm day, whereas if I did it in winter, I might have to have used a hairdryer to aid it and maybe have done it indoors. But these are perfect conditions today. So try to get your board on something where you can see a good straight level. This is the best I've got today. Some people like to literally put the board between their legs and do it, but for me, I think this is going to be the best option. This in particular is the RSPro Jumbo. The reason I went for the jumbo size is it fits boxy rails like this. Now, obviously, do your own research, head on the website, check out what you're going to need for your own board that you're doing. I bought this from Driftboardsports. I'll pop a link below. They've just had a fresh delivery, so that was great timing. And the good thing about this particular brand, and I've got it on other boards as well, it's very, very durable, super strong, and I'm mostly on the sea, so lots of salt water, obviously. And I've not had any problems with it. So I have heard about certain other brands people have tried, they've had dramas with it peeling. So yeah. So just to run through again what you're going to need: spray bottle with some warm water, 1 drop of dish soap in it. You're going to need a cloth. You're going to need a squeegee of some sort. This is actually an ice scraper, but it has like a squeegee bit on the bottom. I couldn't find my squeegee. You can use a credit card, by the way. Yeah, because you want to get the air bubbles out. And of course, you're going to need your tape. So let's unbox. So it's going to come in a roll like this. It's going to be taped. Then you're just going to want to get it round the right way. And personally, I like to just kind of figure out how it's going to look first. And another tip, you want to try to get the start of the tape as forwards on the board as you can. I'm going to do it on this board just below the starboard line. It's a bit tricky on this because it is wobbling a little bit, so I'm going to have to be a bit mindful. So I've moved the board a bit closer for stability whilst I'm doing this. So first up, get your water. We're going to spray down the rail of the board. Oh, and also remember, you want to make sure your rails are clean before you get started. So board's fresh, went out on a little paddle, then I actually cleaned the rails with a cloth and some water. I made sure for it to dry. Not that the drying part mattered because I'm doing a wet application, but if you was to do a dry application, you really want the rails dry. Okay, then we're going to start peeling, and personally the way I'm going to do it is peel as I go. And what the aim of the game is, you're going to be smoothing out the middle first as you go along. Then we'll come back and get the air bubbles out by going up and down, which I'll get to once I get to that bit. So we're going to peel back the tape a little bit, as you can see. And we're trying our best to line it up, and we're going to spray the tape as well, as mentioned. Just kind of lining it up. I would say I could do that a bit better. So this is the beauty of doing it this way, is you can maneuver it. Oh, still could go. Take your time with this, so I could go a little bit lower. Probably about there. Still not happy, once more. Whoops. That's better. It's quite tricky keeping it from rolling on itself. Guess what? I'm going to peel again. See, this is why the wet application is better, because you can faff with it. What I will say is, because the new All Star has a different dugout design, it kind of recesses. We are getting a little bit of extra tape at the end, which I guess you could cut, but I'm just going to let it wrap around the row a little bit. It's not going to, I don't think it would cause drag really, but just a heads up with the latest All Star. So now I've got the tape on, I'm just going to look from afar and check that I like the placement. So I would say I'm happy with the placement. I'm not going to move the rail tape too far down, because what I learned from one of my other boards is it was further down and I was actually getting more paddle marks up here. So I'm going to leave it at that. Now we're going to smooth it out. So this is where we get our squeegee or credit card. We're going to start in the middle and we're going to push up, push down. Getting those air bubbles out. Let's give you a closer look. So I don't know if you can see, but it's definitely getting the air bubbles out. So same thing as before, starting in the middle. Now I can see quite a few air bubbles here. But honestly, some of these are quite hard to get out. and sometimes I think you can't be too perfectionist about it. Okay, so I am having a little bit of the corner edge stuffing up. So I'm just trying to really press it in. I mean, if worse comes to worse, when it dries, if I'm still having an issue, I can just cut it off. So just to give you a close-up of the new rails on the All Star. So this jumbo tape is a little bit too much towards the end. Just going to zoom in. And you'll see that I'm going to have to cut that bit off because it is just not sticking down. So now it's time for the other side. Now I've done one side, I feel a little bit more confident. It's one of those things that you have to keep doing it till you get the hang of it. Yeah. So again, just to recap, make sure your tape's around the right way. We're starting from the top, going to the bottom, peeling as we go. So remember to spray the tape as well. See, I've actually gone wrong already. I've gone too high. It's quite tricky when the wind picks up as well. It's not helping matters with getting the water on it. Again, I want to go more lower. That's better. I would say much better this side. Just now we're going to check. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like before, I am getting a little bit at the end, but it's not. Now it's squeegee time. It's definitely going a lot better this side. Okay, so we've got a few tiny air bubbles, and apparently someone said you can just use a pin and prick them out. And then towards the back, I've got a few on the rail, but the positioning this side is much better. So it goes to show you just need practice. So let's just pan and show you. So yes, it is a little bit off center, but you can't actually really notice it, not from afar. But it's a really good quality tape. So I've actually managed to get more of the air bubbles out. It just takes a bit of persistence. So another tip, just keep at it and you'll be amazed at how many more little bubbles you can get out.